What's up, Mavs fans? Coming to you, of course, from work. Hopefully this is going to be the last weekend that I'll have to come from you from the lakeside here by the parking lot of my job. We're finishing up this project, but I'm going to always stay dedicated and give you a video every single day. So whether this is your first time, your next time, make sure it's not the last time here at Mavs Latest. Hit that subscribe button down below. On today's show, we're going to be talking, is it time to hit the panic button on AD? Just maybe. We're also going to be talking about the game going on tomorrow versus the Pistons, and a little bit extra, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But all that's going to be coming at you next here on Mavs Latest. Let's get into it. Again, guys, I am your host, Cody Brusso. You can follow me over on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at Cody L. Brusso. This is a new account for me, but we're going to be trying to make sure we are getting takes out during games, before games, post games, everything like that. But go ahead, give me a follow over there. And also, that may be another way to contribute to Fanfare Fridays. But to kick this show off, is it time to look at the panic button and maybe hover that hand just over it? Maybe you're getting a little shaky. You're ready to pound that down because AD will now miss 2 games and then get reevaluated. Of course, this goes from an Achilles injury, maybe a little bit of soreness. He's probable for the game. He goes out and plays. 7 minutes in, he's out of there. And now they're saying that this is a leg soreness. Now, I don't know about you, but when I see a guy come in, 20, 25 pounds, overweight, out of shape, talking about he needs to play basketball to get into basketball shape, and then he's already out with an Achilles. He's in his 30s, and of course, any doctor will tell you that Achilles is going to start drying up. And as you get older, it becomes so much easier to tear. So now this guy that came in a little bit overweight is already out with a Achilles soreness and then a leg soreness. And he's going to miss 2 games and then get reevaluated. So five, maybe 6 days, he's going to get reevaluated. Any doctor will tell you, any nurse will tell you, if it's an Achilles injury, that thing is not getting better in 5 days. And if he does come back already hurt and still continues to try and go play, then we might as well kiss his Achilles goodbye. He's going to be sitting on the sideline right next to Kyrie Irving, having to have his Achilles restructured. And I know what you're thinking, well, maybe he can go out there and just kind of slow play it and ease into it. But that's not AD's game. This isn't the 80s. This isn't throw it down into the post and let him bang. This isn't Wilt trying to just hit hook shots. Now, especially with the offense that we have, this is AD doing dribble handoffs, pick and roll screens, everything like that, trying to hit jump cuts to get to the basket. So he needs that explosiveness that we would expect from somebody with good legs. And unfortunately right now, that's not going to be AD. But if you look at the history here lately, after, again, just like we said yesterday, the new training staff, they don't know when to shut it down. So we look at, of course, Luka. Luka destroyed his body all the way until the finals. He drug us, he drug the Mavs to the finals. And unfortunately, just his body gave out. His body couldn't take any more, and that's the way it went. We also look at Kyrie. After the trade, once Luka's gone, AD comes in, AD gets hurt. It's all on Kyrie. Maybe he should have been shut down too. Maybe it was soreness going on that we weren't privy to. Maybe this training staff pushed Kyrie a little too hard, and now Kyrie's out. So do I think that in 5 days they're going to give AD the okay, even if he's not okay? 100%. And I think another big reason for that is you look at Nico, his job's on the line. Let's be frank about it. If the Mavericks just lose out this year, even though I said yesterday, this might be something the Mavs want to think about doing because this is their last chance at a pick. Like, Nico's job could be on the line here this season. Patrick could say, hey man, look, I listened to you. I traded Luka, and now everybody hates me. The fans turned on me. But I liked your vision. I said, okay, I backed you, and now look what it got me. So I'm sorry, but you got to kick rocks. So I could definitely see Nico saying, hey, let's get AD out there. We need him. And he's going to push him until he breaks as well. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Are we going to see AD way before we should? And is it time to hit that panic button? Of course, if you've been following me on other podcasts and other things like that, there's a name that I've been dropping since the summer, since the end of last year, and that's Laurel Markkanen, because I think he's going to be available. And is it maybe something we need to look at, and especially if AD goes down? Is that somebody that we need to try and package up and go get? I 100% think so. I think Markkanen is a huge, huge piece that this Mavericks team desperately needs. But let me know again, if AD does go down, who would you like us to see go get to replace him? The Mavericks are down in Mexico. They are going to be taking on the Detroit Pistons. And you got to ask, what's our lineup going to be? I've been saying it since the jump. D'Lo needs to be our starting point guard. If I was them, it's going to be Powell at center. I don't think Cisse is ready for all that. So Powell at center, PJ there at the power forward. Clay, if you're not going to start D'Lo, Clay definitely needs to come off that bench. But I do think that Clay will be at small forward. I think Cooper Flagg should be at shooting guard, or you could swap those two. Clay at shooting guard, Cooper Flagg at small forward, and D'Lo at point guard. What lineup do I think they're actually going to put out? I think Cooper Flagg at point guard, Max Christie at shooting guard, Klay Thompson at small forward, PJ Washington at power forward, and Dwight Powell at center. I think that's going to be the lineup. Unless by some miracle Gafford does come back. This was the first time that Gafford is actually full-on practice. He ain't out there in sandals, slides. He's fully invested in the practice. But does that mean we're finally going to see him after a sprained ankle? Maybe. I wouldn't count my chickens before they hatch, especially on this one, especially with this training staff. So I think the lineup with Dwight Powell at center is going to be the one that we see. But you never know. Do I think I'm going to see Lively this game? No, I don't. AD, of course, we already know he's going to be gone. So it's all going to be up to Gafford. If Gafford doesn't come back, then it's going to be Dwight Powell, and might see Cisse for the first time this game. But do drop down in the comments, what do you think this starting lineup is going to be, and who do you think is going to take the win in this one? I hate to go against the Mavs, but if Gafford doesn't come back and doesn't play, and we do start Cooper Flagg at the point guard again, I do think the Pistons are going to steal one from us. And this is a team that I think we should beat. I'm not going to lie to you. I think we have the tools needed to beat the Pistons. We're just not utilizing those tools in the proper way. Another short, quick one for y'all tonight. Hopefully y'all had a fun and safe Halloween. I know I for sure did. My wife and I did take our 6-year-old son out. my teenagers wanted to stay at home, so they did so, but still had a blast with TJ, our 6-year-old. Hopefully y'all had a great one as well, and a safe one. I'll see you right back here tomorrow for another episode of Mavs Latest. I, of course, am Cody Brusso.